Good morning sa ating lahat. Tara magbasa na tayo na ating libro guys. The Word in Other Words Bible Diary 2023. Today is 10 June 2025. Nandito na tayo sa page ng 14 July, Friday. Yung mga kasabayan kong bumili nito, pakisabayan ako ng basa. Or kung wala naman, sa Biblia nyo na lang ako sundan at pareho rin naman to doon. 14 July, Friday, St. Camillus de Lelis. 14th week in ordinary time, that green/white, PS is 2. The word first reading, pakisabayan na ako ng basa guys. Genesis chapter 46 verse 1 to verse 7, verse 28 to verse 30. Israel set out with all that was his. When he arrived at Beersheba, he offered sacrifices to the God of his father Isaac. Yung Israel guys is the Jacob yan, binago lang ang name. There God is speaking to Israel in a vision by night called Jacob. Jacob, here I am, he answered. Then he said, I am God, the God of your father. Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for there I will make you a great nation. Not only will I go down to Egypt with you, I will also bring you back here after Joseph has closed your eyes. So Jacob departed from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel put their father and their wives and children on the wagons that Pharaoh had sent for his transport. They took with them their livestock and the possessions they had acquired in the land of Canaan. Thus Jacob and all his descendants migrated to Egypt, his sons and his grandsons, his daughters and his granddaughters, all his descendants he took with him to Egypt. So sa kanila na pala talaga yung Canaan guys. Akala lang natin nung dinala yung mga nanggaling sa Egypt to Canaan, akala natin is ginera nila yung yung pala mga kalahi talaga nila yung ando doon. Kaya lang sila napunta ng Egypt kasi nga famine. Tagutom. Okay. Ulitin ko ha. Thus Jacob and all his descendants migrated to Egypt. His sons and his grandsons, his daughters and his granddaughters, all his descendants he took with him to Egypt. Together with Joseph's sons, who were born to him in Egypt, 2 persons, all the people comprising Jacob's family who had come to Egypt amounted to 70 persons in all. Israel had sent Judah ahead to Joseph so that he might meet him in Goshen. On his arrival in the region of Goshen, Joseph hitched the horses to his chariot and rode to meet his father Israel in Goshen. As soon as he saw him, he flung himself on his neck and wept a long time in his arms. And Israel said to Joseph, At last, I can die now that I have seen for myself that Joseph is still alive. Gospel reading. Maganda rin yung kwento nila, no? Pero mabininta si Joseph sa mga taga-Egypt. Tapos, nung magtagutom, siya yung nagligtas sa pamilya niya. Kila Jacob. Lahat ng family. All 70 pa lang sila nung araw na nag-migrate sa Egypt. Pero nung si Moses, na panahon na ni Moses, diba ang dami-dami. Gospel reading, Matthew chapter 10, verse 16 to verse 23. Jesus said to his disciples, kaya minsan guys, maganda rin magbasa ng story ng Bible kasi doon mo maano yung mga history nila. Gospel reading, Matthew chapter 10, verse 16 to verse 23. Jesus said to his disciples, the apostles, Behold, I am sending you like sheep in the midst of wolves, so be shrewd as serpents and simple as doves. Beware of people, for they will hand you over to courts and scourge you in their synagogues, and you will be led before governors and kings for my sake as witness before them and the pagans. When they hand you over, do not worry about how you are to speak or what you are to say. You will be given at that moment what you are to say, for it will not be you who speak, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Brother will hand over brother to death, and the father his child. Children will rise up against parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by all because of my name, but whoever endures to the end will be saved. When they persecute you in one town, when they persecute you in one town, flee to another. Amen, I say to you, you will not finish the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. In other words, by Father Glenn Paul Gomez, SVD Christ the King Mission Seminary, Quezon City. Chapter 10 of Matthew narrates how Jesus chose his apostles and how he sent them out. Mark chapter 3 verse 14 explains the reasons why Jesus chose the 12 apostles. In Mark chapter 6 verse 7 follows, like the gospel today is the mission following, if guys is following, right, or follows, basahin na lang natin as Mark chapter 6 verse 7 FF, like kasi ang basa ko dyan following like the gospel today is the mission sending of the apostles. Kasi ang dami nilang shortcut dito pero wala namang so pinapa-shortcut nila yung yung mga words sometimes. Like the gospel today is the mission sending of the apostles. Let's have a short review of why Jesus called his first followers. As mentioned by Mark, Jesus prayed the whole night before choosing his followers. Mark clearly wrote that the first reason why Jesus called his apostles was to be with him. It is knowing Jesus, knowing the will of God, and knowing the kingdom of heaven. The second reason why Jesus called them was to preach. It is logical that after knowing who Jesus God is, he will be sent to preach. Hence, any follower of Jesus must preach only about God, Jesus, and the kingdom of heaven. Thirdly, a disciple of Jesus is given authority to expel unclean spirits and heal the sick. Looking at the sequencing of the three reasons, healing and expelling the demons are placed at the end as a test that a follower of Jesus truly knows him, spends time with him, and can observe what Jesus taught him. Interestingly, the importance of sending the followers of Jesus to the mission is now part of the Holy Rosary. In praying the Holy Rosary, we are meditating on the life of Jesus with Hail Mary as the background music. There were originally three mysteries: joyful, sorrowful, and glorious. St. John Paul II added the fourth mystery, luminous, and now we have the fifth mystery, mission. The mission mystery was approved by Vatican and CBCP. The 5 decades mystery of the mission mystery are: number 1, the incarnation; number 2, the epiphany; number 3, the calling of the 12; number 4, the washing of the feet; and number 5, the mission sending of the disciples to the world. Today's gospel reminds us that Jesus is calling us as his followers, and to be a follower of Jesus entails readiness to be sent on a mission. Buhay ka pa, may mission ka pa, go na, humayo ka. You are still alive, you have a mission, go, you are sent. Ang galing. Yung Tagalog, tinagalog, tapos in English. Bukas na itong 15 July Saturday, guys. Bye everyone, God bless.